Morning. Good morning. Today is Earth date 202601.6, is it? I need to verify the date. Is the date the 6th? I'm not absolutely sure. And do not be concerned with me because I am doing the Lord's work. That would be our Father, which art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on this earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into Gran Turismo without the just right car, because when we enter that race, we want to win, but sometimes we just like to race. So this is Gamer Podium 13, and the hour is 12:06 a.m. Today is a new day. Today is a very new day. I am walking around my apartment. I am searching for someone to help me work on my story. It is called Pandora's Amulet, and it is a part of the Final Prophecy trilogy. It is a part of the Return of the Firstborns trilogy. It is a part of the Altered Genesis trilogy. I am here, and I am waiting. I want to know who will show up. I want to know if anyone wants to have fun with Gamer Podium 13. What do you say we take a look at my work desk? That is Eleanor. That is Eleanor. WTF is going on? Watch your language, and don't you curse in this here chat. This is Gamer Podium 13. You see my silk sheets? You see my weapons? You see my swords? I told you, I am ex-military. I don't play. But I'm playing right now, and I am showing you around my very large bedroom with all of my incredibly expensive gear. That is Eleanor. Mustang. Those are my Bibles. That is my religious material. This is something that I wrote called the Council. Let me see. We can take a look here. We can also look at some other stuff here. All right. This is a symbol I made. It is a very impressive symbol. It is a very secret symbol. Remember this symbol. This is Gamer Podium 13. I'm telling you some things to help you out. That is my comic book called Angels. That is my comic book called Spin Angels. This is the Return of the Firstborns artwork that will help you understand the direction that I'm going. Rise of Eve. This is the most powerful woman on the planet. Return of the Firstborns is basically about the return of Eve. If the devil used Eve to destroy humanity, then God is going to use Eve to bring it back to balance. Return of the Firstborn. She's on her knees, begging for forgiveness. She is alone. She was alone in space because God took her because of what she did. and he will send her back in the Return of the Firstborns trilogy, the Altered Genesis trilogy. She is on her knees by herself. She is coming back. She wants revenge. She is in chains. Rise of Eve. She is going to be released. She is coming back to get revenge on those who betrayed her. And it was only one who betrayed her, and his name is the devil, Satan, and all who follow him. This is the trilogy. Return of the Firstborns, Rise of Eve, Return of the Firstborns, Pandora's Amulet, Return of the Firstborns, Rogue Prophets, and the Book of Oribus. This is a graphic novel of the Bible and the Eve story. This is a graphic novel of the Bible and the Eve story. It tells the story of how things began. Pages are ripped, but there is an error in here that I found, and it talks about something that happened. But as you can see, she's having fun. It's a graphic novel. This has not been for kids. If you have kids, you might want to cover their eyes. As you can see, some things were happening in here. It is basically what's going to happen in my Return of the Firstborns trilogy. We've got a long way to go. There's a television series. There's a video game. And we have a lot that we're going to do. All right, this is Thomas Kinkade. Thomas Kinkade was an artist. He died not long ago. Well, he died quite some time ago. He was called the Painter of Light. I love Thomas Kinkade artwork. Thomas Kinkade was an incredible artist, and he painted. And he also was a Christian, if I'm not mistaken. I was once in the Mall of Georgia, and I met a lady who told me about the Christians and all of the people who were living and running towards Christ at Andy Stanley's church in Atlanta, Georgia. Andy Stanley is a pastor. I think he's still alive. I assume he's still alive because the Bible says that your life is like a vapor. It appeareth for a moment, and then it is gone the next. And if you are listening, and if you're wondering why I'm not responding to the chat, it's because this is more about listening. You know, I will respond at times. Oh, this right here, that was my mom. She died. Shirley Crane Albritton. She died. She left us in 2023. My father died in 1987. See, I'm mad at my father because he left first. And then my mom left me. And now I'm here all by myself. They shouldn't have left me, And I told God, I said, God, why did you take my mother and my father? I don't need to be here. I didn't ask to come here. Why do you have me here? I guess I have a purpose. I'm still trying to figure out what that purpose is. So in the meantime, I'm going to have some fun creating the Return of the Firstborn trilogy. Now, if you want to find out what this is, it's been a while since I wrote this. And I have old man eyes. Oh, I sleep with my gun right next to my bed. I also sleep with my gun, another gun, under my bed. I'm not going to show you her. She is very, very dangerous. We're not going to show you her. Yep. I also sleep with another gun up under my bed. Yep. This is one of my dragons. Hold on. Let me show you Dragon. I told you I'm ex-military, so you don't want to mess with me. Because, why? I won the sniper award, and I can hit you from space. This is one of my babies. Yes, I keep one in the van and one with me at all times. I won the sniper award. Do not mess with me. I will kill you if you try to come and break into my home. Do not break and enter, and you won't have to worry about dying. But I won't shoot to kill. I'm going to shoot to maim. And then I'm going to keep, and then I've got See, this is her case. She's got a name. And then we've got, let's see, let's pull out one of my other military weapons. Let's see here. Let's see. All right. Now, she's dangerous too. She's not loaded at the moment because I don't really need to. She is loaded right there by the bed. Yep, but she's not loaded. Yeah, she's ready to go too. Yeah, so, yep, I'm armed. I'm armed to the teeth. I'm armed to the knife. I'm armed to the sword. You know, I'm armed to the hammer. I can use any weapon to destroy you, but I don't want to do that. I want to sit here and talk about the Lord Jesus and cars. So if you have some questions, put them in the comments and I will get to them when I get to them. All right, let me find my old man glasses, which are over there by the bed. As you can see, this is a huge apartment, and I am here, all alone. Where is my wife? Where is the woman who wants to be my wife? I've been waiting, waiting and waiting. See, huge apartment. You see right there, 75 inches. I'm going to put my 102-inch projector screen behind it. Once I figure out how I want to do it, I might install a projector screen that goes up on the ceiling and then comes down. But I already have a 120-inch screen. For instance, as you can see, it's right here by the door. Oh, this is what happens when you come into my apartment. I do normally have this on the wall, but it keeps falling down because I don't want to put any marks on the wall. So it's basically, this is what you see when you come in here. God bless this house. The Lord Jesus is coming. Perhaps today. Are you ready? Now, without further ado, I introduce to you my pastor, the Reverend John P. Key, and the New Life Community Choir. And then you got Holy Salvation Church, services at 10 a.m., Bible class at 12 p.m., Sunday picnic at 2 p.m. Now, see, this is a still frame image. But that's okay. It looked like Tristan Mays' mom. Tristan Mays, Vivica Mays. If you've ever heard of Tristan Mays, then Vivica Mays, Vivica Mays is Tristan Mays' mom. But yeah, Reverend John P. Key. You ever heard of Reverend John P. Key and the New Life Community Choir? But yeah, so this is what you see, but it's on the floor right now. So when you walk in, you have to look down. So basically, I'm going to put a sign that says, do not make yourself at home because you are not. This is my house. Obey my rules. But right here, you see that? It's at an angle because that's what I want to put. When I was in the house, before my mom died, her ex-husband had us believing that he was going to buy her that house and then he up and sold it, So back in 2023, I had to help take care of my mom until she died in 2023. But that right there, it's at an angle because it's too tall for this apartment. So I got to get it trimmed. And in here, see, for instance, all right, as we're continuing to take right there, my mom left me that. It's worth a lot of money. I'm going to put cars and stuff in there, and we're going to put the projector up there. And the projector is going to go up top. All right. And the 120-inch projector screen is going to go. It's going to either go behind that or in front of it. This is a 75-inch that I'm thinking about putting in the bedroom back there. And then I'll put the projector in here. I'm going to put this in my bedroom, and I'm going to put the projector here. So that way when my family come over, we can sit in here. As you can see, the kids can sit over there. I sit in the throne. This is the throne. This is the sweet spot. People can sit over there. For instance, in there is the game room. I got books up on the shelves in the Pizza Hut box. I used to work at Pizza Hut. I have a close relationship with Pizza Hut. So if I ever need to go back, you never burn your bridges because you never know when you may have to cross back over it. So never burn bridges. You may have to go back. And if you burn your bridges, guess what? If you burn your bridges as you go over them, that is just the dumbest thing you could ever do. Never burn your bridges when you cross over them because you might need to go back. Perfect example is the prodigal son in the Bible. Did you ever hear the story about the prodigal son? The prodigal son, he left his father. He basically said, "Father, you are effectively dead. Give me my inheritance and let me go." He left, partied, spent all his money, and then he was broke. And he was working in the pigsty. And when he came to himself, he said, you know what? I'd much rather be a servant in my father's home than living here in this pigsty. I'm going to go all the way back home. And he rehearsed what he was going to say. He said, I have sinned against heaven and I have sinned against you, Father. Please take me back. So do not burn your bridges when you leave. So I don't burn my bridges with Pizza Hut. I don't burn my bridges with Pizza Hut. It's part of what helped me get here today. After I left the military, I went right back to Pizza Hut. Yep, I went right back to Pizza Hut, got myself a Volkswagen Beetle, and I started to deliver pizzas. And man, next thing you know, that's where my self-employed journey started to take place. As you can see, got all my tractor trailers up here. Yeah, because it's got toys. See, instead of buying a whole bunch of big old cars, which would be expensive, you buy toys. And you sit there and you just wait till one of these days you can shrink down. God gives you the ability, because you worship the Lord. He gives you the ability to shrink down to a little bit of person. Then you can go in there, you can open the door, and you got all these vehicles, because I love cars. And as you can see, Tristan Mays was in this. Tristan Mays was in the Vampire Diaries. I have not yet watched this yet. I haven't gotten to it. Then we also got some Doc Martin. I just finished the Doc Martin series from England. I love this series. Doc Martin. From what I understand, they're doing an American version called Best Medicine, and I think it's based on the Doc Martin series. So anyway, we are alone, and I appreciate the 4 likes. Religious with swords. Do I win something? What is this? Story time with Gamer Podium 13. All right. Anyway, all right. What are we going to do now? What were we doing? Oh, I know what we were talking about. I may be taking the day off because it's 12:21 and I had some sleep, and that sleep that I had lasted about 2 hours, and it felt like about 6 or 7. I woke up thinking maybe it was time to go ready to work, and when I looked at the clock, it was 10 something. So I was like, all right, well, I'll get up and do a few things. I'll talk to the Lord. He said, hey, you got work to do. So that's what I'm doing. The Lord said, you got some work to do. Go ahead and live stream. I said, all right, Lord, I'll live stream. And I was having some fun with the people over on Threads, because there's a lot of people over on Threads. What game is this? This is the game of the mind. That is the video game Mass Effect Andromeda. That is a collector's item that I've never opened. The game that I'm playing right now is the game of stories. The game, this is some of my, this is what you see on my desk right here. You've got Dragon 1, Dragon 2, they are real blades, and then of course you've got this from the Cracker Barrel. Do you remember that Cracker Barrel story and the fuss they had? This is my version. It needs batteries in it, but let me see, do they work? Let me see, come on. All right, they need batteries, and I got some batteries, but this is my Lord's Supper. I got it from the Cracker Barrel. See, I told you, see? Put the Lord first. Right here on my table, so I can always see it, always being reminded of the Lord. So I'll think about the Lord first. So, but yeah, this is the game of stories. Do you remember? You ever heard that series, Game of Thrones? This is the game of stories. In all those Pizza Hut boxes are books. Books, books, books. I spend a lot of time reading, getting my Pandora's Amulet trilogy story together. And that's one of the things that we're going to talk about right now. I'm just doing a small little tour of what's going on and some of the things that I'm going to be doing. We got Batman. We got Neo. We got our bust from Neo. Let me see. What are my top 3 religious movies? Okay, we got Dogma by Kevin Smith. If you've never seen Dogma, and this is not a paid subscription by View Askew, I do want to meet Kevin Smith one day, because if it weren't for him, I never would have. No, actually, there was a girl named Chrysanthia. She had a name like flowers. Let me see. Let's find it. Dogma. Here we go, by Kevin Smith. If you've never seen this movie, you need to see this movie. This is the best religious movie of all time. View Askew Productions. If you haven't seen it, go rent it. and go watch it. But if you are a believer, let me warn you, it's got some very crass language in it, and this is not sponsored by them. I'm saying it. I'll say it again. This is not sponsored by them. This is my first best. This on my top three list. This is first. The Matrix trilogy by the Wachowskis is second, and then the third one is always fluctuating. So I'm saying my first one is Dogma. My second favorite religious movie would be the Matrix trilogy, and then my third favorite movie would be The Devil's Advocate with Keanu Reeves. And don't you find it just a little bit interesting that Keanu Reeves is in both The Matrix and The Devil's Advocate? Do I have The Devil's Advocate in here? Let's see if we can find it. Do we have it? Do we still have The Devil's Advocate? Because I knew I had it on, let me see, I knew I had it on regular DVD, but do I still have it? I wanted to upgrade it from DVD to, let me see, Devil's Advocate, there he is. Yep. If you've never seen The Devil's Advocate with Keanu Reeves, this is my third favorite movie. Again, not sponsored. Not sponsored. Let's see. Not sponsored. This is not sponsored. So yeah, and this is the third right now. Like I said, if you say my top three of all time is Dogma, The Matrix, and The Devil's Advocate with Al Pacino and Keanu Reeves. Watch this movie, but be prepared. And you may not want to watch it alone, because if you're a believer of any sort, it will literally scare the poop out of your south hole. I mean, seriously, it's kind of like the movie The Exorcist. Oh yeah, see, and that's another favorite, The Exorcist. See, that's what I was saying. I would put that as on the list. But I don't own The Exorcist yet, but you can usually find it on YouTube. You might even be able to find it for free. And then of course we got Harry Potter. J.K. Rowling, that lady wrote an incredible series. So that's my HD collection. This is my unopened Steelbook DVD collection. This is Hogwarts. I also did. Hey, have you been to the Hogwarts channel? I've got a Hogwarts. I forget what. I can't remember. I can't remember what house I'm in, but I'm not in Gryffindor. I was like, oh man, I want to be in Gryffindor, but that's not where I was. That's not where I am. I can't remember. I'm gonna have to go back to Pottermore so I can find out what my house is. I think it's Hufflepuff. Am I in Hufflepuff? I'm gonna have to wait till I actually go and find out. I'm gonna have to wait until I go find. I'm gonna have to wait till I log in to the computer and find out what house I'm in. I can't remember. It's been a while. I don't go there that often. But I signed up for. I love Harry Potter. I do. I love the Harry Potter series. I do. But anyway, so what else are we doing? Oh, story time. Yeah. So story time is some of you may have seen it because people are going to be coming in and out. I'm working on a television. I'm working on a trilogy and a television series and a set of video games and a set of movies. And it's all based around the concept of what if Adam and Eve could return to fix what they broke? What would happen? And if you're in the chat and you're asking questions, you're wondering why I'm not responding, I can read, but I'm talking right now. So, okay, this is my closet. As you can see, I've got lots of shoes. I've got a spare tire. I also have a spare tire in the back of my van. There is my aluminum cans for recycling later. In that box is a bunch of Pizza Hut balls that I was gifted to by a manager. They're a bunch of little, tell you what, let me show you. Aluminum cans. The aluminum is worth a lot. All right, see, that's my little pump for the ball. And in here are a bunch of little Pizza Hut basketballs. See? You can blow them up. And what I'm going to do is, under my GP13 incorporated copyrighted business, I'm going to have games where I'm going to have the apartment complex that I live in. We got little kids and stuff. We're going to have them when it gets warm again. We're going to have them. And see, I got my three little balls. Those are sponge balls that you play with in the pool. I also do some basketball. I shoot basketball in the house too. That's what those are. I shoot basketballs in the house. But yeah, I'm going to, I got an idea where we're going to have a giveaway, and we're going to have parents come over, and their children have to they have to pay like 50 cents to enter. You can pay 50 cents to enter, you know, you know, 50 cents to enter. Then the kids can go out and get sponsors. And if they want to participate in the Gamer Podium games, then, the parents are going to have to help me. In here are all the pictures. These are just nothing but pictures that my mom left behind in her cases. Some of that stuff is hers, some of that stuff is mine. We got rags for wiping stuff down. We got clothes and everything. I'm also on Threads. If you want to check me out on Threads and some of the crazy stuff I say on Threads, because I have people that come in there and they like to play games. So I was like, you don't want to play games with me because I am a mind master. I'm a mind master. I am a mind master. And if you are new here, I really appreciate you coming in. Oh, that was my uncle's daughter. She died. And I kept that because I never met her. But she died too, and as you can see, she had wings and everything. But anyway, Alabama State. Got my brother know some people from Alabama State. You see these balls right here? These are for playing in the pool. As you can, that's my card collection. As you can see, I love cars, and I love cars so much. I still got to. I'm gonna put some cars in there, and there's a light in there that's gonna shine down on the cars. And then we're gonna put and what I was saying before the stream started, I've got a 120-inch projector that I'm gonna put here. I'm gonna put this 75-inch in the bedroom. This is a huge place, Doop, doop, doop. That's my closet. Let's look at my closet. As you can see, clothes. I have all types of stuff. Yep, dirt. Those are dirty, but I got to separate it. These are the cold. These are for cold wash. This is for warm wash. Uh-oh, you're looking at my dirty underwear. Don't look at my dirty underwear because there are skid marks on those. And those are towels. I wash the towels separately. All right, there you go. Secret stashes. We got some stuff in there. We got some gold mine stuff in there. We got some matrix stuff in there. We got all kinds of stuff. More clothes, more shoes, PlayStation, more shoes. All right. So, and then in the bedroom, what I want to do is, as you can see, I sleep on silk, nothing but the best for Gamer Podium, right? And then we're also going to talk about this. We're going to come back to this. I'm going to read you. I wrote this back sometime. I'll tell you what it is. We'll give you the short version. But I sleep in silk. Nothing but the best. Nothing but the best. Got to get my glasses. So we're going to put the 75-inch here. Going to put the 75-inch here. But I have to find a place to put stuff in those boxes. Like I said, we were in an apartment before my mom died in 2023. At the end of 2023, she died. And we were in the same apartment complex. And the apartment was basically designed the exact same way. So when I would come out here, you see how this room is designed? You come in, there's a vanity mirror right there. There's the toilet over there, the toilet and the bath over there, in the bedroom. On the exact side, on the exact other side, in the old apartment that I lived in was my mom's room before she died. So we were on the first floor, living right next to the landlord lady. Now I'm living on the third floor, in a 1-bedroom apartment because I wanted to have the exact same thing. I was going to keep the 2-bedroom apartment to help out my little brother, but I decided, nah, I can't afford it, and he's gonna have to do things on his own for a while. So I got the one bedroom apartment that's the same configuration, and that's where I am now. So the 75-inch, I'm thinking about putting it in my bedroom in that spot. See, kitchen, nice big huge kitchen. Going into my bedroom. Go to the right. And I'm planning to put the 75-inch right there. But I need to find a place to put all that because there's still stuff in there. There's speakers and everything. But like I said, we were in a house before that. And it was a 2-level house. My mother's ex-husband had us believing that he was gonna buy her the house, and then he decided to sell it, And my mom got her half, and she paid off some of her bills and stuff like that, tried to put some of it away and everything. So I had to take care of her. But now that she's gone, I'm on my own, and I still got a whole bunch of stuff. But when we were in the house, I was in the apartment. I was in the apartment below us, and that apartment was huge. So I actually had in the front room was where my nephews would play. I had a game room set up in the front for my nephews, and then I had a home theater on the other side. So, but that's why all this stuff is up here, because I needed a place to store everything because it's so valuable. There's probably millions of dollars worth of equipment in this apartment alone because I've spent just that much money. I had to hurry up, But anyway, 75-inch in here, right? And then we take the 120-inch screen, which goes on those two large, you see those two large things in the corner? They're going to be mounted, the 120 inch is going to be mounted on there. I'm going to put the projector up there, up top. So it'll shine right there in 120 inches. And then when my family members come over, they'll be coming to, go to the movies, so I can watch regular TV, maybe in my bedroom. We watch movies in here. And then, of course, we have the game room. Da 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 da. So as you can see, you can close that, right? Move back. Like I told you, this is a huge apartment. It's a huge apartment. So that's the game room over there. You can close it off. Love this apartment. It's just right. All right, and like I said, this is at an angle because it's too tall. It's too tall, so I got to trim it. See? It's too tall, so it's got to be trimmed. And then we're going to put the 120-inch screen on this. Like I said, as we go in the game room, got all the stuff in the game room. Triple screen setup, 32 inches, 65 inch, 5.1 surround sound system. Speaker up top, video game light to shine down on the wheel. You sit behind me, I play games. As you can see, we got games. We got to catch up on. Gran Turismo, Project Cars, F1 2020, Devil May Cry. We got a whole bunch of games to play and catch up on. We are some of the other games that I do want to play. Oh, right here, let's see what we got. Devil May Cry, the original. We've got Project Cars 2, Project Cars the original, Assetto Corsa Competizione, Mass Effect Andromeda, my favorite, Spider-Man, Hogwarts, which I got to get around to, Hogwarts, and of course we got Mass Effect the Legends trilogy that we want to play. So we got quite a bit, 2 controllers under there, PlayStation 4 controllers, 2 under there. We got 2 more PlayStation controller right there. We got PlayStation 4 controllers right here. Lightning McQueen. Let's see, what else we got? The projector. The projector is here in the closet. That's the new PC. As you can see, sitting over in the corner, very low to keep it cool. You got to keep it. It keeps cool right there in the corner. That's the camera that shines on me when I'm sitting in that chair there. And then here in the closet is the Epson 5030 1080p movie projector. There's my and there is the 120-inch screen in that. See that? That's the 120-inch screen. It's 120 inches, and we're going to put that in the living room. I got these Thrustmaster load cell pedals that I'm going to probably sell. And then, of course, we got my racing gloves. We got our bats, aluminum bats in the corner that we use both as hitting the tree. We got comic books. Let's see. We got jacks. We got power surge unit. We got some stuff in there, and we got some cars down there. We got backups. So, like I said, there's a lot in here. We got a subwoofer, a powered subwoofer right there. We got a powered subwoofer under there. We got the 9S9 Porsche wheel right there. And but yeah, this is the game room. So anyway, story time. All right, we got some more stuff over here, some more tools, some socks that I wear, another hat that I wear when I want to just jump on the game real quick. We got a HOTUS. A HOTUS is what you use when you want to play flight simulator games. I got that in there. Oh boy, let's go. If I need to place some light on me, I got this version. I put this light on me and kind of like a ring light. And like I said, these are books. I have books galore. As you can see, we got the Twilight series. We got another Harry Potter series right there. We got racing helmets when I want to wear helmets. We've got The God Delusion. If you've ever read this book, I read this book. It's well written, but I poked all kinds of holes in it. Richard Dawkins made a lot of money off this book, The God Delusion. I had to read it. I mean, come on, you gotta. If you want to know if you want to know what the other side is saying, you got to read what the other side is saying, right? As you can see, more books, beautiful creatures in there. There's more books. All these are books, books, books. And those are bookshelves. Matter of fact, that's another powered subwoofer right there. We've got another powered subwoofer, more books. I just tore the box. See, we got the Aragon series. Let's see. We've got more books in there. More books. As you can see, I do a lot of reading. We've got the Left Behind trilogy right there. More books, more books, more books, more books, more books. And see, this is 1 speaker, 2 speaker, 3 speaker, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's a lot of power in here. I could actually shake. Let me see. We got to view this message. It's held for review. What did this person say? Let's see. All right. I don't know what the heck that means, so we'll show it. Show it. All right. There we go. All right. So anyway, this is a bike. That's a black bike. It's a foldable bike. You may not have seen it in my room, and then maybe you had. This is my goat. This is my other bike. You know, I'm gonna keep this. I keep this one at home to go for a ride. You know, to burn off energy. And the black bike, I haven't opened it yet. Haven't gotten around to it. This bike, it folds in half. I'm going to keep this in the back of my van. So if I'm ever far, far away, really far from my home, and my van just happens to break down, I don't want to get stuck in a very, very far away that's off the local transit, or what we call here in King, Georgia, the bus line. I at least want to, say for instance, I'm up really, really, really far away doing an Amazon route, because sometimes you have to go way up North Georgia or way down South Georgia. Sometimes you have to go that far. And in case that happens, I want to have this one in the back of the van. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. This one folds. So I'm going to fold it, put it in the back of the van, and I'll at least have a way to get around. I won't be trapped. Like, for instance, it's cold right now. And let's say my hybrid vehicle both, ran out of battery energy. Something catastrophic happened, but I survived it. I'll at least be able to go in the back of the van, pull out this foldable bike, get my backpack, lock all the doors, and I'll be able to have some kind of transportation to get me out of a sticky situation if something like that ever happened. Van broke down and it was very, very cold. Toyota did not include a spare tire. But like I said, I have a spare tire. I just don't have a spare rim. I just haven't gotten around to getting it yet. But I do have at least a spare tire. So if something were to happen, I at least have a spare tire and I just have to get a rim. I got a cell phone. I got all that. You never know. You might find yourself in a situation where your cell phone don't have reception. But so having that black bike in the back will be an emergency. I'll be able to fold it, get on it, and go riding. So, and then of course, here's the table, the dining room table. Got some things on here, Oh, I got a genie lamp. Check it out. I'm a genie in a bottle, baby. Come on in. Music playing, the lights down low. One more ring and I'm good to go. Baby. But as you can see, I rub it, and no genie is coming out. But anyway, it's cool anyway. Teapot, you can call it a teapot, or you can call it a genie in a bottle. However you want to look at it. Anyway, so that's about it. What do you say we get back to story time? I told the people over on Threads, hey, I'm going live. You can come over and ask some questions if you want. So let's log on. Let me go turn off the lights. Let's turn off the lights and light a candle. Tonight I'm in a story mood. Woo-hoo, baby. Oh, yeah, that's right. I wanted to read y'all this real quick. I got to read you something that I wrote quite some time ago. Let me get my old man glasses. I probably don't need them, but after you pass the age of 40, your eyesight starts to, depending on your genetic situation. Some people have good eyesight their entire lives, but I just happen to have see, my grandmother was blind. My mother was losing her sight. She didn't lose it completely, but it was going that way. So, all right, so We'll start off with the beginning. It goes, "Greetings. This is the Speaker of the Council. I wish to introduce you to the 6 other members that reside within my mind. We are constantly arguing, debating, and talking about a multitude of things. Often, there are heated disagreements, but as the Speaker and primary authority, I have the final say. Below are the names and a brief description of each." So we've got the council, the Speaker of the Council, right? So first is 6. He's the youngest of the group, but one of the wisest. Second on the list is Draylon. Draylon is the Boy Scout, the one who is always telling us what is a good, moral, and ethical thing to do. You can read the rest. Third is Old 800. Old 800 is actually 1,000 years old, but we call him Old 800 because that's what he wants. Then we have Pashina. Pashina is the girl of the group. She's a girl, but there's only one girl. The rest of us are boys. All right. Next we have Felicius, pronounced Felicius. He is the physical entity that permeates us all. He feels. Last, we have Dace. Dace is pure evil. Dace is also somewhat of a contradiction. Dace is an enigma. Dace is also so subtle that he can appear non-existent. Dace has an incredible ability to channel negative energy to all the council. Blah, blah, blah. Finally, we have the speaker, me. I'm the one who makes all the choices. I'm the one who speaks for them all, except when I allow one of them to speak. And so there you have it, the Council of 7. You can read the rest if you saw all of that, but that's the Council of 7. And I met this young lady named Michelle Summers once. She said that's how she found me once she read that. But like you say, I do a lot of writing. I do a lot of writing. That's the desk that you sit at and you sit there and you write, you know. That's that desk that you do that with. But anyway, like I said, this is the bedroom, and I'm planning to put the 75-inch in there once I get some room. You know, I would prefer to get another apartment just like the one me and my mom had, which is just like this. It was a 2-bedroom, but time will tell. Anyway, there's some other sim racing gear down there, up under there, and clothes in there, clothes in there. Let's see, what's in here? Do, 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 do. Oh, yeah, physical discs. Some of you may remember those. Physical discs. I got physical discs in there for music. Let me see, what do we have in here? Oh, we got some sleeves for the physical discs. And of course we got clothes and stuff. This is my mom's. Where is that drawer? Right here. This was what my mom left behind. My mom left behind a lot of stuff in here, y'all. As you can see, she's got a diamond studded cross, a key, all kinds of mysterious stuff in here that I keep, and I just make up stories and stuff. All right, so yeah, this was my mom's. It was my mom's, and she left it. So some of the stuff I got rid of it. Some of it I keep, make up stories and stuff like that. Whoo! What if this was my mom? What if this was this? As you can see, she left this really incredible timepiece right here. Look how intricate that design is. Look how and it's old too. Incredibly intricate design. Would anyone like to buy this rare piece from my mom, who was a queen? She was a queen. She was the queen of my life. She meant much to me. Would you like to have this? Do you really think I would sell it? Are you crazy? But, oh, sorry. Oh boy. Tick, 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 tick. Put that back in there. Get back in there. Hold on. There we go. There we go. As you can see, we got some stuff in here, man. All right. Anyway, but you may have seen that weapon, but like I said, I'm ex-military, so that's why it's not a good idea for anybody to follow me. First of all, you shouldn't follow me because I'm an incredible driver. If you tried to follow me and keep up with me, I would literally make you crash. So if you ever saw me on the interstate, don't try to follow me. Don't try to keep up with me. I will outrun you, and I will make you crash. Don't ever do it. Just a warning. Turn off that light. Going back in here, and we're gonna crank. As you can see, the game room. We can turn off the light. This is where I do most of my gaming. But today is story time. And then I'm going to take a quick nap because I have a route scheduled at 3:30 a.m. So we're going to turn on the living room computer. And then we're going to go dark. Because we got to wait. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait. See that? Do you see that? You see that? That's the keyboard. Now we're going to wait. Wait for it. Come on. Keyboard is activating. The keyboard is activating. This keyboard is to my left. And to my right, we have, tell you what, let me see. Let's turn it on. Let's turn it on. Oh, there it is. You see that? Check it out. Keyboards to my right. Keyboards to my left. Mouse is to my right. And my mouse is in my own version. I tell you what, I'll give you a quick look. Tell you what, we can do this. Let's get some light. All right, so now we turn on the home theater. First, the receiver, which is on the bottom. We've got a 3-channel amp right there, and then we got an audio video receiver with a power unit with the blue lights. And then we've got the big 75-inch. Wait for it. Hold on. Wait for it. It's coming on. Woo! Look at all that light. All right, so now I'll tell you. Let me see. Oh, here we go. All right. Pandora's Amulet. You see that mountain back there? That's St. Michael's Island. Pandora's Amulet. That is called Kingdom Isle in my story. The story is called, it's a trilogy. We're going to start off with the movie first. That was my idea. Oh, over to the right, I've got 2 new gun cases. I had to order 2 new keyboards. So this keyboard, that's the box it came in. This mouse, that's the box it came in. And the mouse is both cordless and corded. So that's what I'm using right now. And as you can see, to the left, to the right, if you want to see what this looks like, check it out. Watch this. Go slow. I did this. I came up with this design. Check it out. The mouse is wrapped in a sock. Check it out. You see that? How cool is that? And then you got the mouse pad right there. It's a black mouse pad. And then wait for it. Put it back down. And you can just let it sit here. Hold on. Wait. See the weight is pulling. The mouse is pulling. It's weighted, but it's still it's still on the inside of the sock. So I take the sock, and the mouse is protected. You know, I can use it inside, or I can squeeze it. We're doing this with one hand because I got my camera I got my cell phone in my, hold on. Or we can pull it out, and it's free, cordless. And when you need to see, they're working together, and the cord is over there to charge it, where I just showed you. Right. So I can keep it in the sock, or I can flip that out, and I can go straight on the black and leave it right there. And then we do this. We move around, and we click that. We click that, and then we click over here, personal. And I'm going to read you the blurb. Matter of fact, we'll do this. Let's do this first. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. All right, let's go with. See, as you can see, all this is copyrighted material, so I can show you. FinPro stands for Final Prophecy. As you can see, I got the characters, enemies. We got, see, for book 1, book 2, book 3. Character enemies, character groups, characters peoples, character places, character things. The Crossborn Academy. Dark Adam is a novel that I came up with. General Notes, The Lost Journal of Adam, New Eden TV series. And as you can see, this is book 1, rough draft. As you can see, I do a lot of work. So this is what Storytime is. And so what we'll do is we'll go under General Notes and Trilogy Description. So you're basically about to see. Let me see. All right, so as you can see, I'll read it off. The Final Prophecy series, 3-part trilogy by K.G. Dantes. Below are the tentative sentence and paragraph descriptions for the 3-book stories in the Final Prophecy series. 3-book subtitles. Chapter 1 is called Pandora's Amulet. Book 1 is called Pandora's Amulet. Book 2 would be called Rogue Prophets and the Book of Oribus, or the Book of Adam. Haven't made up my decision yet. And book 3 is called Gates of the Apocalypse. Now, I will read to you what these say. If you want to, blow up your screen and read it yourself, you can do that yourself. All right. Book 1's title, Pandora's Amulet. 18-year-old, this is the one sentence that describes what this one book is all about. 18-year-old Pandora Grace Kane becomes the target of evil forces when the energy from a strange amulet is transferred into her body by a mysterious woman. Let's say you are walking around in a bookstore and you saw a cover with that says Pandora's amulet on the cover, and you was like, "What's that about?" And so you open up the book flap. You in the you're in the like I said, you're in the young adult book section, or you're in the adults, because there's two versions. There's the young adult version, and then there's the adult version. So this is the young adult version, and it reads like this. You open up the flap on the inside of the hardcover book in like a Barnes and Noble, or because Barnes and Noble are actually going to be putting up more stores, because yeah, I like physical books too. That, and but anyway, this is what you would find if you open up that flap on the inside of that hardcover. It would read, 17-year-old Pandora Grace Kane decides to celebrate her 18th birthday by attempting to become an exotic dancer at the Black Stallion. It's an exclusive, which means exclusive, which means you got to have dollar, you got to have money to go in here. Now you can go in there, but if you ain't got no cash to spend, you may not want to go in there. You may not want to go in there. All right, so unfortunately, my mouse just died. It needs to be charged, so I got to back up. I got to back up. I got a backup. So we're good. See, check that out. See, I got a backup. All right, we'll start over again. If you open up that flap, it says 17-year-old Pandora Grace Kane decides to celebrate her 18th birthday by attempting to become an exotic dancer at the Black Stallion, an exclusive gentlemen's club in Atlanta, Georgia, in order to pay her way through medical school. Second paragraph. At the conclusion of her stage audition, she is approached by a mysterious old woman wearing a strange amulet seeking her help. When the club is suddenly attacked by demonic creatures who have been pursuing the woman, an energy force from the amulet is transferred into Pandora's body, making her the new target and eventually rendering her unconscious. But after having been rescued by the Crossborn Knights, a band of young demon hunters, and their priest commander, Pastor Cavis, she later awakens at a church to learn that she is now being hunted by the vicious demons who were sent to kill the old woman. Now, and then the third one, now with her life in danger, Pastor Cavis and the Crossborns work to help Pandora learn the secrets of the amulet before the demons hunt her down. Now, this is the story ending. You can read that on your own. Now, Book two is called Rogue Prophets and the Book of Orbis. Sentence description reads like this. When 18-year-old Evelyn Kane is sent on a mission to rescue a troubled young man who is believed to hold the secret to finding the mysterious Book of Orbis, they face more than the forces of evil when a group of religious zealots believe the spiritual energy in her body is an abomination. Again, this is book two, so you open the flap, you read the flap, it reads like this. A month ago, demons were just myth and metaphor until 18-year-old Evelyn Kane found herself being hunted by them. Now, not only has she become their new target, she has also learned that the women in her family were chosen to become the bodily host for the soul spirit of the biblical Eve. The reason for the need of a host is still unknown, but just before she died, Evelyn's grandmother reveals the existence of a religious artifact that had been hidden for centuries called the Book of Orbis. This book is said to contain a prophecy which is able to solve the soul host mystery, but in order to find it, Evelyn will have to rescue a young man she has been having strange dreams about who last possessed the book. But when a group of religious zealots believe that the spirit she has in her body is an abomination, Evelyn now faces overcoming more than just the forces of evil to accomplish the mission. Then, of course, there's the story ending. And then book three is called Gates of the Apocalypse. The one sentence to describe it is this. After learning of a prophecy about the resurrection of Adam and Eve, the Lord of hell and death unleashes his entire demon army upon the Crossborns in an attempt to stop them from ending his reign of evil on earth. You open up the flap, it reads like this. In a stunning and shocking revelation, an alternate plan of salvation to the biblical Armageddon has been discovered. The mysterious book of Orbis has foretold the resurrection of Adam and Eve with a plan to return to correct the choice they made back in the Garden of Eden by ingesting the forbidden fruit. Young soul host Evelyn Kane and her newfound counterpart, Seth Adams, are the key. If their mission is successful, the human race could be rescued from the eternal curse of hell. But the plan is jeopardized when a series of painful events convinces one of the soul hosts to join the dark side. And to make matters worse, Satan, the first fallen angel and the Lord of hell and death, has unleashed his entire demon army in a global assault against the crossborns to prevent anything and anyone from ending his reign of evil on earth. In the final chapter of the final prophecy trilogy, can the young soul hosts work together and complete their mission, or will all be lost as humanity stands in the crossroads at the gates of the apocalypse? And then you got the story ending and all the things that I'm working on, the if, ands, or buts, and all the details. But that's basically it. So, with that in mind, this is TP13 and Storytime. I'm about to go and take a nap because I got to get up and have a route from Amazon at 3:30 a.m. I'm going to log off now, and if you want to see and talk more, you can see me on Instagram at GamerPodium13, Threads, GamerPodium13, X.com, GamerPodium13, all those little places you can find me. So, this was less than an hour. I'm going to go take a nap and get ready to go to work for Amazon. Or I may just take the day off. I don't know. We'll see. Bye now.